Oh. Hello. Happy Thursday. We're doing the early pre-show thing. I like it. Do you guys like the early pre-show thing? Good morning, good morning, good morning, Caitlin, Anthony, and Skew Boss. Rocket Man, where are you if it's not morning for you? Hold on, I'm going to be right back. I have to get a medicine that I like to take so I don't cough as much. Howdy, Miles. Catalin, welcome. Welcome. Oh, man. All right, what stocks are we looking at in the pre-market? Shout out from Dubai. Top of the morning to you. What stocks are we looking at, guys? I need trade ideas. I get super bad chest congestion as the seasons change. Morning, Julie. We're looking at KMPH. Is that a FOMO stock? Is that a FOMO stock where I'm going to look at it and it's at the top and I'm going to be holding the bag? PLTR? Okay. We got some interesting ones. I do have, so today I want to talk about how price has history in charts. So most of the time on the show, we look at like, I don't know, like maybe like 3 months back at most. So I'm going to go into drawing lines that go back further than that. And the reason for that is that it allows you to understand that certain price levels have more import or importance than you previously thought. Hunter DQ, was that Dairy Queen? No, seriously, is that Dairy Queen? All right, Hunter, don't spam the chat. If you do that, I'm going to put you in timeout. All right, I'm going to make you write an essay. 922, folks. I'm going to look at KMPH first. And I'm sorry about my stuffy nose, guys. I'm just I have an active immune system. Don't spam DQ again, Hunter. It gives me great pleasure to temporarily ban people. It makes me feel powerful. All right, Rocket Man KMPH, you got it, dude. Or do that. Or whatever you like to identify as. KMPH. So was this a VV pick? This one coming from the Biotech Pulse? Down in the pre. Looks like a sell-off after a pop. Sell-off after a pop. The fast MACD has crossed over the previously over the slower MACD. Not looking. What? Oh, you guys like RSI, right? Not looking like any upside potential in the short term here. Not at least today. Not today. But we did establish this looks like a big old Biotech Lady and Ripster call. Those are two strong technical indicators, I gotta say. So we'll add this one to the watch list. KMPH. keep me honest and we'll check on it. All right. Because what I want to see is, so this can go two ways. This can go two ways, right? We see a nice juicy thing forming. You guys know I'm a round bottom man. I can't deny it. That's just what I am. Okay. For better or for worse, that's who I am. I'm an adult. I acknowledge what I am. So paintbrush tool, whether going to get one of these, walk up and say hello. Or we're going to get something that is kind of like, you can get this with rounding bottoms where the low is kind of more on this side and then it slants up a little bit more. You know what I mean? Which is looking like it might kind of do that kind of thing. So it's not like a perfectly evenly distributed bottom where the lowest point is in the middle. We like that. But this is one where I, as more of a, you guys, I don't have time to day trade, but I swing trade. So I like to do my setups in the morning and then maybe check on them around lunchtime and that kind of thing. So if this one gets away from me, if something shorter term gets away from me, I have a chance of losing money. So I don't like to do that. So with this one, I would say looking like we are in a reversal world. And if we see that, we've got some fantastic heights to climb. So KMPH, it's getting a lot of hype. It just might be something that does really well over the next year. It's biotech. I'm not sure if is really one of the sectors that we're seeing people investing in terms of the shift from growth to value. We're seeing a lot of that in energy. We're seeing that in financials. So a lot of the picks that you can have a little more confidence in are in those two sectors, but we'll keep watching this one. The service for stock picking mentioned previously by a guest on the program. Yeah, I don't remember what you're talking about. Oh, and yeah, just a reminder, guys, someone did win a year of Benzinga Pro yesterday because we got to 250 likes and they called it out. Aaron Bree. We haven't talked about this yet, Aaron Bree, but I started work on it last night to find that person, to like a CSI forensic scientist, to find exactly who it was. And we're gonna reach out to you. We'll figure out who you are and we'll make sure you get that. But today, if we get to 500 likes, all right, no more of these games. 250 is way too easy for you guys. You guys band together and you guys are like a cult. All right. Like it's scary how powerful you guys are when you band together. You got to 250 way too fast. So I'm doubling it. If you get to 500 likes, I'll give the person that screams 500 likes an annual subscription to Benzinga Pro. Angioman, was it you? I'm not sure, but there's a good likelihood because you're very active in chat. You're just increasing your odds. You're 5 head plays. Okay. So we're getting pretty close. We got 3 minutes until the actual show starts. I know Jason is on pre-market prep right now, so that usually keeps a lot of folks over there because he's very entertaining. Tough act to follow, but we'll get started nonetheless. Okay, let's look at DQ. Not Dairy Queen. Not Dairy Queen. Wait, how? Okay. Jeez Louise, what the heck happened? What was the catalyst? So this is a monthly chart. Let's take it down to weekly. Just trying to establish some type of channel, some type of trend. And I'll erase these almost immediately once I start getting into what's happening right now. All right, so we had impulse move, sideways corrective phase. So we'll go ahead and delete these lines. I've got a basic idea. Impulse, corrective, quick impulse, downward corrective, impulse up, downward corrective. You could have, oh man, were you trading this? Why did you come on the show earlier with the DQ, baby? This is the type of stock. I love the way the stock has looked. I wish I would have been in this at the beginning of the year. Why is that? Because there's so many obvious trading patterns here. So many obvious ones. So one cool thing that we can do is just do a quick Fibonacci retracement. So I'll go to the base of like where the trend started, which I'll use the last red candle as my pivot here, and then go to the high point of the price. And then we can see that these periods of consolidation line up pretty well. The breakout points actually with these periods of consolidation line up pretty well with each line in our Fibonacci extension tool. Just a reminder, your Fibonacci extension tool, or no, that's not extension, I'm sorry, Fibonacci retracement tool. There's a big difference. Fibonacci retracement tool is available on almost on every brokerage. Volatile, very volatile in a very good way, Hunter. Very tradable. Option City. It's a fairly expensive stock, so I would imagine that it's got pretty good options. Does it? I never looked at it. Let's roll that intro, Aaron, if you're with me. Aaron's not with me. All right, so this is a one-man show. One-man show. I'm gonna do the intro thing. Ding, ding, ding. The market is open. Oh, God. I'm new.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Yeah. And welcome into the open where we get technical. You should have investments in long-term growth. All right. Where's my thing? There we go. Welcome to Get Technical, guys. I'm Neil Hamilton. What is up? I am here normally. Oh, Aaron Bree just showed up. My current co-host, Aaron Bree, is here to help me produce the show. Thank you all for joining if you're coming over from pre-market prep. Although I bet a bunch of you are still already there. At any rate, on today's show, first I want to say happy Thursday. It's been a hell of a past 7 trading days. My goodness. We are seeing a shift. I think the consensus is at this point, if you disagree, let me know in the comment section or in chat if you disagree, that we are seeing a large rotation out of growth stocks, which is basically tech, basically your Qs that have just been ravenously shooting up over time, into value stocks. So we are returning to caring about the actual fundamental values of companies, and those are starting to see growth that is, what's the word, diverging away from what the growth stocks are doing. So the sectors we're interested in right now are energy, particularly dirty energy. So ExxonMobil, your Occidental Petroleum. So that's your oil energy. We're also seeing it in financials. And it's looking like other commodities are starting to perform pretty well. That's just how it be. That's just what the market's doing. And we let the market work for us. All right. So getting into the show today, I want to talk about a couple things. One is we talked about a high type flag previously, and I just want to dive right back. Hey, Luke, I just want to dive right back into NMM, which was a high type flag. I've also got another ticker that's got a similar thing going on. And I want to do a broader analysis of what's going on with these two stocks over time and why I think they're good opportunities to watch. And then I have a question for you guys. Do you guys want to talk about Elliott Waves? I'm just starting to get into Elliott Wave theory. I'm starting to use tarot cards to pick stocks. I bought some patchouli incense the other day. Not sure what I think about the scent, but I lit like 3 of them and kept them right next to my face while I slept at night. It's supposed to help me with picking stocks, according to some of these books that I've read. At any rate, if you're interested in using it on some Bitcoin, Ethereum, let's talk about it, because I think that we're about to get a rebound, not quite up to the all-time highs with both of those in the short term. But I do think, according to my Elliott Wave readings and what the tarot cards have told me, that we are going to get back up close to that in the short term. And a guest lesson. It's actually a gentleman that I have not met yet. So I'm really excited because I understand that he is a professional comedian and a trader. So we'll see if we have another charisma clash like we had with Olivia Vaz. So clash of the charismas. Just a reminder, guys. Just a reminder. If this video gets to 500 likes, 500. Yesterday's video, 499, and one of those likes was me. All right, so I tried to help you guys. If this video gets to 500 likes, a free annual subscription to the best damn stock research tool on the planet in the, as some people say, known galaxy, Benzinga Pro. That's it's all about discovering stocks, understanding why they're moving, using the charting tools, which are powered by TradingView. Super powerful, awesome tool. It's what I really use in my own trading. It's what a ton of the folks that are actually guests on the show use in their trading. I just use TradingView because it's easier to display for y'all. So highly recommend smashing that like until your mouse breaks, because the money that you save on Benzinga Pro, and then hopefully with all that knowledge you'll be able to get from it every day from the awesome chat room and all the tools that are inside of it, you'll be able to buy 20 mice. Don't know how you say that one. So 500 likes, we do it. And the same thing stands. All right, I'll do the challenge, guys. You guys know about the rat thing. All right, give me a rat emoji in chat if you know about the rat thing. I think it's interesting that you guys are into this. I didn't know that we had I think the term is furries. I didn't know you guys were a lot of furries. For some reason the show attracts a high concentration of furries. We've got 13 is a furry. I think Angiomon is a furry. Steven, yes, is obvious. RG is a furry. But guys, if we get to 800 likes on this very video, I will let you guys pick out a rat suit, a rat costume on Amazon.com, and I will wear it while doing serious technical analysis on a Friday, which is probably going to ruin a lot of my prospects in my career. So, I think 800 likes makes sense, right? Okay, guys, let's hop into NMM and talk about the high tight flag. Actually, you know what? Let's do RNet first because I have it open. Excuse me. Because I have it open. And it's an alternate trade that you can look at. And I actually like it better than NMM. So what I have right now, RigNet Inc. RigNet Inc. is a technology company which engages in the provision of customized communication services. Telecom right now is one of the highest performing sectors. So I know I just said dirty energy and financials, but communications are actually performing very, very well over each sort of breakdown of the period going into 2021, the previous month, the previous quarter, so forth. So yeah, take a serious look at telecom companies. That's your 5G, I think, is probably going to stand out. But let's look at how price has history, guys, or price has memory rather. So I'm switching to the weekly on this chart. I'm going to get rid of this thing. All right. So what we can see is that right now, the previous high over this, what is this month-long period, which is now starting to form the right pivot of a rounding bottom, which is looking nice. It's a little bit dumpy. Nice dumpy bottom. We like it. Equal opportunity, double bottom employer. And we can see that this has been a trend line that has hit. This is a sloping line of resistance as this thing has trended down. All right. Another thing, I have my sloping resistance lines and my sloping support lines will be in blue, and my horizontal resistance and support lines will be in green. So we can see this green line, and let me know if you guys can all see it. It sounds like I don't know what a rat sounds like, Steven. You do the sound. Send me the file, and we'll put it on the soundboard. How about that? Shout out Peter for the camel. Yeah, this is a classic puking camel formation. We can see the camel's hump right here, and its head is down, throwing up into the sand here. But at any rate, we've got this green horizontal line where we see it's a resistance point here. It's a resistance point here. It is actually about the bottom of this previous candle. So a session ended on the weekly, a week ended here. We turn on the daily so we can get some more detail. And we can see that it showed up at various points of consolidation. It was kind of the point of control for this double bottom pattern. And then look at this. It goes all the way back to basically where the stock started when it IPO'd. It's cool how that works. And when you see those show up, these price points show up over time as being important, and when you allow yourself to look at the chart over a longer period of time, it should give you more confidence in the price points that you're looking at. So don't be too zoomed in all the time. Start zoomed out, look at important price levels, start drawing your lines that way, and then zoom into what's going on right now. And what's going on right now is very cool. We've got the rarest. This is the Puking Camel is like a meme. It's an early meme and for fundies that don't believe in technical analysis. So what we've got is a high tight flag. This is a very rare holographic, very highly tradable card. This is the high tight flag. We talked about it yesterday. And basically it's characterized by 100% movement up and a period of consolidation that doesn't go down more than like 25%, indicating that this really high move up is just the beginning of a continuing period of accumulation for institutional funds, right? Because if it had a really high move up, yeah, I have a pop-up on my screen. Spencer is sending me messages in Slack. What do you mean by I have a pop-up on my screen, Spencer? I miss the guy. I really miss the guy. Ever since we talked about getting him in a bikini, he hasn't shown up. So I don't think that's ever gonna.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Spencer. It's producer Aaron here. I apparently I don't see it on StreamYard, but apparently it's like a update for an update for StreamYard that popped up. Hold on, Spencer's calling me right now, actually.
All right. Guys, let me know in chat if you see
update for StreamYard, right? I know, but it's not showing up on StreamYard. All right. He's saying just close it out. Just close out the pop-up.
I don't see a pop-up, guys.
I don't see a pop-up either. Is Spencer messing with us right now?
I think Spencer's tripping. All right. Yeah,
I'm getting our StreamYard right now, and it doesn't pop up for us, but
the show must go on.
Oh, it's all good.
Oh.
Apparently it was not our fault, Neil.
Okay. Well, thanks for helping out, Aaron.
Yeah, that's what I do. I'm like talking to you guys I'm like the Skynet from Terminator right now, just talking to you guys from the sky, being behind a closed door right now.
Well, that's terrifying, but I mean, as long as you're early day Skynet, I'm sure you're very helpful to mankind. All right. Nice Terminator reference, Aaron. Producer Aaron, everyone. Let's give him a round of applause. All right, guys. So we're looking at a high tight flag. Why are high tight flags rare? Because usually after a big 100% movement, 100% or more, there's a sell-off, and the sell-off here was not significant. It was not significant because it was only like 25%. In fact, let me measure here. 18% droop on the high tight flag is the nomenclature there. That's the way you want to talk about that. So looking at this high tight flag, that is in formation. We see a descending triangle. So we're looking at a break. We're looking for a breakout above the sloping resistance line here. So we should be seeing over time volume drying up. So if I do this thing, it'll make my volume come back. Oh, my chart's a little screwed up, huh? Let me see if RSI changes it. Damn you, TradingView. Well, at any rate, we can see that volume dried up. We had these big spikes leading into it, and then we've got these sort of middling levels of volume here. That's good. That means that we're not selling off. We're in consolidation station. That's where we want to be. So we're looking for a breakout above the sloping line with a target of the height of this pole. Target 1 is the height of the pole. So let's go ahead and, or I'm sorry, target 2 is the height of the pole. So this is our aggressive target. We'll do that first. So about where this started, which is right here, added to our breakout point, which I would hypothesize is around earnings, which is March 8th, which is a price target of 1579 from that breakout point, 64.83% gain. Good little stock to look at. Nice little quick win. Conservative target there. Conservative target is going to be 50% of the pull. So the quick way to do that. What is the quick way to do that? Here, let's just do this. We'll do the height. And then we'll measure down halfway. Whoops. We'll go to... We're going to eyeball it because I haven't actually figured out how to do that. How to cut this thing in half. Something about like that. Added to our breakout point. So it's a more conservative price target of around like 13, around the 13 handle. The stock on this is RNet, so I'm going to drop this in. RNet. There you go. And hey, producer Aaron, can you make sure that whenever I have the tickers up, that you throw up the tickers with a little bubble thingy?
Yeah, yes, sir. I'll do that. What's the one for right now?
RNET.
RNET.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. About to switch to another one though. Let's check in. So the next one that we're on right now, Aaron.
Yes.
Yeah. No, all good, all good. So the next one that we're on is NMM. So NATO Mama.
I was just messing with you guys. I'm not that what's the word? Dyslexic. Can we do NNDM next?
If chat wants to.
All right.
NMM, same thing. High tight flag, except for this one is an actual just bullish flag and not a descending triangle. All right. Yesterday, we lost a little bit of steam. Full disclosure, I am in this trade. I entered at the close here. So I entered at about $19. My goal is to gain about 60 to 80% on this trade. I bought calls, in the money calls, and I'm in the trade just holding regular stocks, holding equity. Common stock, or commons as options traders like to refer to it. I believe a little bit derogatorily. So this is a shipping stock, NMM. We like it. No watermarks today. Yeah, no, you just reminded me to turn the watermark back on. Everyone's asking about the tickers. All right. There you go. NMM. You can see it right there. Really nice, right? Let's look at the price memory on this thing, because I drew some lines earlier, and I want to make sure that we get the full picture on this thing. So what I'm going to do is switch to a weekly. Just know this is NMM. I'm in the trade right now, and it hasn't quite started. It's broken out. It's broken above resistance, so is it considered already broken out? But we're looking for that full upside to be realized. So this is still in play, still 100% in play. Like I said before, my blue angled lines. I kind of did something bad here, which I'm going to delete in a second. Right now, actually, my blue lines are my sloping, meaningful lines, right? And we can see that this slope has been resistance in the past. All right. So when we see this lining up, this is something we want to break through. This adds credence to this level that we're trying to break through. And it's just actually just below. In fact, I could probably adjust this because I think that this wick right here goes above my blue line. It's just below where the stock IPO'd at, or at least the low of the day of the IPO. So yeah, looking at the stock, we see a couple things. You guys see this something juicy here? Drop me in the chat. This is increasing volume on the monthly though. Crypto Morning Show. On the weekly. So when we zoom in, we want to look at the flag and look at the period of the flag and see if volume was drying up. This is not going to do you justice. But this has increasing volume because that's what created our huge pull going into our high tight flag. So you would expect to see high volume here, right? It's a juicy apple bottom, right? The boots with the fur. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this. We've got this new support, which is not significant beyond just right now. So I'm not going to draw a horizontal line here. We've got this level, which is very meaningful. Why? We've got this green level. This is the left high of the formation of our double bottom. It's a current point of resistance. In fact, it's very damn close to the highs, the resistance that our flag is hitting. Going back in time, look at how it was meaningful during these points of consolidation. It runs right through the middle. It's kind of the line that people were fighting over in like their little tug of war, the bulls and the bears. Let's go back further in time. We see that it was support, just about right at support after the during the initial dip following the IPO of the stock. So we've got a very important line to break through. And I think I strongly expect this to happen. Strongly expect. You don't want that the Michael, you don't like the boots with the fur thing? Clearly not a Fergie fan. We're Fergie fans here though, so I might
Flo Rida. That's Flo Rida. Shout out Flo Rida.
Okay, Flo Rida. Who's the okay? Yeah, you're right. You're right. I thought it was a woman singing it, but I suppose it was Flo Rida. Take your shirt off and spin it around your head like a helicopter. Is that Flo Rida?
Sure.
What? Okay. I'm pretty sure.
Fergie's Fergalicious.
Yeah, we know Fergalicious. We know Fergalicious. Thank you.
I'm more of a J-Lo. Luke and I were doing Jenny on the Block the other month. It was fun.
What do you mean you were doing it? Like you were playing the song? And
playing the song, singing it, just having fun with it, you know.
That's great that you guys are able to spend that quality time together. All right, guys. So we've got the double bottom. All right. And we want that to resolve. We're broken out above the previous resistance on this bad lad. We're also on a high type flag. So we have two things working for us. Number one, let's see if these line up. Number one is the base of our double bottom to our resistance line or neckline. PD Pablo. Yeah, PD Pablo did the PD. I'm still on the weekly, by the way. PD Pablo did the was it like North Carolina? Take your shirt off. Spin it on your head like a helicopter. That came out when I was in high school. Shirt was off all the time. Spinning like a helicopter. All right. So we add the depth of our double bottom, which is from the neckline or this upper resistance, down to the absolute lowest point in the double bottom. And then we add that to the neckline to set our price target. Our entry is a close. Excuse me. Oh, Solar Edge. We might have to take a look at that. That's probably a bad alert. Is a close above the resistance, which we have, and we're holding above it right now. So price target on NMDM, or NMM, if you're looking for the resolution of the running bottom, is 34. That is a very, very strong gain of 80%. 80%. Big moves here. Big moves. You don't know the half of it. If you feel bad for my teachers, you do not know the half of it. So shipping, guys. This is a shipping stock with tremendous upside. I'm going to go ahead and do the pivot on this thing so we can know our price target. And then let's go back and look at just the high type flag. We'll start that here at this pivot. We'll draw it up to our resistance level, which is pretty darn close to what we're looking at for our rounding bottom. And then we'll add that to our resistance line. We'll say this is price target number 2. So this is price target. Here, let me get my text out. I'm doing this backwards, actually. So there should be 3. These are going, getting increasingly conservative as I put these in. And then, as I said before, about 50% of the movement. So what we'll do is I'll use my handy dandy ruler tool. And we'll say this whole movement was 244%. What a beast. So we'll do 122. Sorry about my stuffy nose, guys. This is the conservative, the most conservative. Okay. This is NMM. I'm in this one. All right, guys, smash that like if you liked NMM. Give me a 1 if you're watching it, at the very least. I don't expect you to be in it. I would love if you were paper trading it on something like this, because no one should trade exactly the same way that a goofball that's willing to wear a rat suit for 800 likes says on the internet, right? All right, so we've got 6 minutes. Okay, do you guys want to talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum? Because honestly, those are starting to look like bastions of growth for me right now that I can actually more actively trade, like on the weekends and after work and stuff like that. So I'm interested in them. Dogecoin too. No, the options suck for NMM. They suck. I think you get like very limited expiration dates. Do you guys want to talk about your stocks? Give me a 1 for crypto. Give me a 2 for picks from chat. Okay, clearly producer Aaron is biased. Thank you. All right, we're doing crypto.
Sorry, guys, that also wanted NNDM. I tried. I really did.
Get back in your box, Aaron. The people want crypto. They're speaking. Don't sway the vote. Damn, it's actually kind of split. We'll try to do both. I can be quick. Starting with crypto, though. BTC. All right. BTC, I'm getting weird. This is where I got the patchouli oil and I covered my entire body in it. And I meditated in front of a pile of burning patchouli and then let the tarot cards tell me what to do. And then I pulled out the Elliott Wave tool and started drawing on this chart. So the Elliott Wave tool, as you know, as many of you know, and if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, is based on the dichotomy or the polarity between pessimism and optimism in the markets. So collectively, traders, investors go between cycles of optimism and pessimism that show up in recurring measures in chart patterns, in charts. And this Elliott Wave tool is one way to measure those cycles and try to get a good idea of what can happen next, with the goal of creating a channel with an upper resistance and a lower support that you can trade within. All right, so we've got our first wave, which is the beginning of this upward trend. We've got our second wave, which is a downward period of correction, a corrective phase, if you will, not a true correction. And then we've got a long positive impulse, followed by a kind of middling corrective phase. This middling corrective phase needs to bottom out above the peak of your 1. That's an important thing. So that's why I've drawn a horizontal line here. All right. And there's actually a lot to Elliott Wave stuff. So is there any reason why everything is dropping again? Not everything is dropping, Adam. It's rotation into different types of stocks, Adam. So look at, for example, financials, ticker XLF for the financials ETF. Look at energy. I'm not sure what the ticker is, but look up like the Vanguard Energy ETF. I think it might be VTE. Not sure. Look that up, and then look at individual energy stocks like XOM, OXY. Look at some of those. Market rotation. At any rate, Bitcoin, what we would expect to see here on this fourth wave is some type of zigzag pattern. So some type of flag, basically. So what I want to see is it trading in a range. Where's my rectangle? Whoa! Did you guys see that? That was sweet. Trading in a range. It was insane. Oh my God, the rectangle tool has... Oh, yeah, baby. I hope I'm not the only one seeing this. I had a little too much patchouli oil today. Let's just use lines. Trading in a range like this. And then hopefully not going outside of our channel, but then returning upward somewhere toward the top of our channel. So this is where I think we're going to get near our previous all-time high, which is like 58 and some change. I think actually some tape has it at 59. But we're looking for it to start approaching that. So guys, this is a flag. We're watching for flag formation here. So we want to see something like this. Blah, 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 blah. All right. And then we want to see it break out past this resistance. And when we see it close past this resistance, which is at about 52.7K, I think that's a good entry. It's a great entry. And as always, set your stop if you're able to on your brokerage for Bitcoin. Set your stop about 7 to 8% below it, below your entry point. And we'd be looking for some type of return to the upper part of this channel. And who knows how long it will be. I would expect it to not be as long of an impulse as this third wave here. Okay. So that's Bitcoin, and really Ethereum basically looks the same way. Let's do what's the one? Was it Nano Devices that you wanted me to look at, producer Aaron?
Yes, sir, it was. And we do have our guest here. Wait, I'm pumped for this because Andrew, we actually just met last night, but Andrew is he's a funny guy, and he loves the technical aspects of stocks. So I thought this would be a perfect little thing.
Perfect little thing. That's what we like here. Perfect little things. So thank you, Aaron. Don't you let me get an amen in chat if it's difficult for you when people introduce you as funny to a group. And Aaron, I'm saying this with love. I love you so much. You're fantastic at what you do. And actually, since Aaron's been at Benzinga, he's been extremely reliable. Like this kid is going places for sure. One of our younger hires, and he's fantastic. But give me an amen in chat. When you're at like a party where you don't know anybody, maybe you go with your girlfriend to her family's like boathouse party, and you get introduced as, oh, this is Jessica's boyfriend. He's really funny. Ask him to tell a joke. Let me get an amen if that drives you nuts. If you start sweating a little bit.
Well, for you, because you're just like a funny guy. But if you call yourself a comedian, then you got to be used to it. You have to be if you're a comedian.
Yeah. At any rate, I got one amen. Matthew knows what I'm talking about. Jylan knows what I'm talking about. Amen's in the chat.
BW knows what you're talking about.
All right, so we're just gonna go through NNDM as quickly as we can. This is a stock that's held by ARK Invest. Many of you should know that. Shout out to me. Let me get a one in chat. If you actually smash that like. If you were able to catch the Kathy Wood interview yesterday, I felt like she was a little more casual than she normally is. It was kind of cool. We've got some support that we're hitting here. It looks like we're holding because the wick on our daily basically touched the support, but the body is staying above it. And that's also meaningful because it was a point of resistance in the past. It was a point of resistance. God, these lines. Can you believe these lines I'm drawing on these charts? Sometimes I blow my own mind. This was a previous point of resistance in this rounding bottom that we had in NNDM. Let me know. Give me a like. Smash that like and give me a one in chat if you got into NNDM when I called it out a couple weeks ago. What a beautiful, big, juicy one. Big, juicy, rounded bottom. So we had the resolution. This thing was poetry in motion. So I'm just going to use the ruler tool to be really fast so I don't take up our guest time. So we had the depth of the base. So basically the low point up to the neck on the stock resolved. So I'm going to grab my line tool and just draw a line right here and take a look at the action here. And we can see that was somewhat of a point of control here. But then what happened, guys? What happens? You know what I talk about all the time. What happens when you've got one of these and you flip it upside down? What happens? That's a double top reversal. We had ourselves a good old-fashioned double top reversal. All right. Drawing the lines. Right? Don't we have a double top reversal right here? Complete reversal in trend. When you see this, it is time to exit your long position. Consider going short. We call these the big juicy mountains. It's a double top reversal, is what happened on NNDM. And until we see a reversal pattern on NNDM, it is in a downward trend or a bearish regime, as JC Peretz would put it.
A bearish regime. I don't like to hear that, Neil, because I did get into this position yesterday while watching the Kathy Wood interview. That was about all the DD that I needed. So again, don't listen to me, don't follow me. I don't know what I'm doing. So.
But I mean, this is for short term though. You know, like this. I mean, NNDM could be worth. I mean, this could be an $800 stock at the end of 2021. I don't know. This is a short term thing. We could see a reversal because this is basically a resolution. We see the full symmetry here. The reversal has resolved itself. So we're back at prior resistance, which is now support, and we're holding that support, Aaron. So what you're looking for here is some type of reversal. So that could be like a head and shoulders. It could be a double bottom. It could be a triple bottom. It could be a rounding bottom. But that's what we're looking for this thing to enter. Oh, you see that? To enter back into a bullish regime. I'm done talking. I think it's time finally, Andrew, to bring you on. Yeah. Thank you so much for patiently waiting. Producer Aaron, let's go ahead and bring on our guest for the day. Whoa.
It was great timing because right when you said head and shoulders, Andrew was talking about head and shoulders last night, weren't you?
Yeah, it's the man you don't want to see. That evil head and shoulders. Good to be here, guys. Waka waka. I forgot my clown nose and my wig because I'm so funny. But no, like the producer said, when you're a comedian, when a host doesn't know who you are, he'll be like, "Oh, this next guy, he's funny." So I'm used to it, so it's no problem.
That's the classic like late show thing. Like if you're on like Letterman or something, like real funny guy, from Chicago, gonna come in and make you all laugh for 20 minutes.
Yeah, my favorite is when they're like, "He's super funny. I love him. I love this guy," and then they go, "What's his name again?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like they act like they know you, but they don't. Thank you for having me, man.
Hey, it's my pleasure, Andrew. So the way we typically break up the show is that we have a silly goose time for the first 30 minutes. And then we go into some sort of lesson. We like to keep it very, very simple. Some sort of lesson on how you look at the markets, how you look at the stocks that you're interested in. So I would love it, Andrew, if you could share your screen and just let us know what stocks you're looking at and how you interpret them.
Okay, so you want me to open my Robinhood or something, or just?
I mean, that might get me some hate mail. So I mean, but you know what? That's fine. I mean, if I know you're kidding, but to be honest, for the folks that are still in Robinhood, it's fucking hard to transfer your accounts over. It takes a long time. And especially over this past period where stocks have been growing out of control, people have felt like locked into their brokerage account because you don't want to wait a couple weeks for shit to transfer over.
Yep. And, also, like I use Fidelity as well, but I do like Robinhood's instant ticker update. Like Fidelity has a delay with the option prices and everything, so you don't really know what things are trading at right at that moment. Do you notice that too? I don't know if you use Fidelity.
I haven't used Fidelity, but there are a lot of things. Excuse me. That I mean, let's face it. Robinhood was a startup that was trying to change features of brokerages, and there are a lot of things that they did that I would like to see better brokerages do or established brokerages do. So hopefully the pressure to innovate remains.
So I'm going to share my screen here. So I'll show you this. I was talking to the producer yesterday on a different show about this, but this stock has been the bane of my whole month. It's eBay. Can you see it right here? Does anything work?
Is that you got that pulled up on benzinga.com?
No, that's on. I don't even know. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I've never heard of this site.
No, should I pull up Benzinga.com?
No, it's fine. It's fine. Just do.
Oh, let me do that. I'm sorry. I know I'm on the show.
No,
Right.
we're being bullies. Don't let us.
No.
bully you.
I completely understand.
I
Okay.
was looking at one of your primary competitors, and I thought I'd pull up this chart.
No, I never heard of those guys either.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we go. So this is eBay, and this is the head and shoulder pattern. I think it's going into $50 here, which is the that which will complete that right side of this left shoulder. So I unfortunately bought it right here at the guy's pointy hair.
So you bought at the top.
I bought it at the top, but I did think there was some room to go on this head and shoulders, but it it collapsed because of the NASDAQ.
Oh, make sure you sign up for that newsletter if you can.
Okay.
Do us a solid and sign up for the newsletter.
All right. So, what do you think about that? Is it going to 50, or should I buy the puts now and dump my calls?
On eBay,
Yeah.
I think that because of the secular rotation that we're in right now, that the market's just not going to allow eBay to go up much higher right now. But I do think from a value perspective that eBay, Shopify, and this is getting fundamental, which I'm gonna get woozy and black out in a second. But Shopify, eBay, and PayPal, and even Amazon, but those three, because they're not as huge as Amazon, have a lot of room to go and a lot of good fundamental reasons to go. But I think over the short term, because of this secular rotation, that they're probably gonna get beat up a little bit.
Yeah. And well, where do you think the bottom is? Do you think it's on the left side of the head and shoulders, or do you think it's got the all the way down to what it was over the summer?
Let's pull it up. Producer Aaron, can you pull up my screen? We'll do eBay.
I can do that.
I'm just gonna erase all this other stuff that I had on it because I was playing with it earlier.
Honestly, don't know. I'm gonna assume the ticker for eBay is eBay.
Yep,
It
you
is.
got it right.
Yeah.
Great ticker. So you see this head and shoulders. Let me see if I'm getting this right. So you see this is a shoulder here in October 13th, and then this is the head.
I'm looking at, so you're looking at
like
the
this?
6 month. I'm looking at the 3 month on the 3 month chart.
Got it. So you're looking at it more like this.
Yeah.
Okay. So you've got
Yes.
like this.
No, further. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Right.
Well, actually, it should be peaking out at that. So you probably are looking at this level, right?
Yeah. So, right. So I think
I'm
my
sure
bottom I had was 50 where I thought it started, but maybe you're looking at it better than me. Look at all that red on the right side. Oh my God. It looks like looks like JFK.
Christ.
Head and shoulders.
Yeah. Talk about head and shoulders. Yeah. So it definitely is reversed. Is definitely reversed. And then you're looking at this. I think I would bring my support level down a little bit. Yeah, and then it starts to line up with this previous resistance. Let's go back in time a little bit. Yeah, it has never been that high before. So then we're looking at what causes reversal. I mean, very simply, without having to look at it as a head and shoulders, I think you can easily just make the case that this is a rounding bottom, starting with this pivot. So you've got something like this.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So it'd be like right here.
Can you draw some hands for that bottom? Slapping them?
Yeah. We if I could, I would. So that case can also be made. And then for the head and shoulders don't have to be super obvious. So when you're talking about a head and shoulders reversal pattern, you've got a high. Usually it's like an all-time high, or at least in an extended period, it's a new high. Could be a 52-week high, for example, followed by some selling off, and then some returned enthusiasm, taking you to a new all-time high at a peak, a little bit of exhaustion, and then some folks that are still kind of into it that think they're getting a bargain.
Yeah.
And then continued exhaustion that follows with this thing's just not happening because this right shoulder did not reach that high. They're saying this is not happening, so it's selling off.
Yeah, it didn't break that resistance, which I think for eBay was around like 59.16. What I was looking at, like back on that right shoulder.
Yep. So it's like right around here.
Yeah. So when it didn't break that resistance, I think everyone was like, "This stinks," and then dumped it.
Got it. Okay, so I see what you're talking about. So you've got like a shoulder like right here.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. Okay, so it's probably easier to see on the 4 hour. Yeah, it's definitely easier to see on the 4 hour. So this is a clear head and shoulders here. Actually, it's not like very peaky, but we can see that there is a ton of enthusiasm right here, probably driven by the enthusiasm behind all of the COVID sort of plays. eBay was a COVID stock, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't pumped up as much. That's why I thought like, oh, this is going to be something, because like if you look at all the other e-commerce stocks and all the e-stocks, they are way pumped up more than this. This is just barely more than it was before COVID to me.
I think it just wasn't hot and young.
Yeah, that's true. It is really old.
But they have done something new, which is they've added authentication. I think this is probably the newest thing that they've done is authentication for sneakers.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're trying to get some of that StockX money, which is a lot. So, I think there's actually room for them to grow on the fundamental side of things.
That's what I'm thinking. And their earnings per share don't reflect what the price is. But I mean, that's all forward thinking too, what a price trades at, right? So even if the earnings per share reflects like 10 points higher, but if everyone thinks it's a dud, they're going to sell, right?
Exactly.
And they have buybacks, but the company isn't buying back the stock. What's up with that? Like they announced buybacks. They announced buybacks at their earnings report, but they're not happening yet. What happens with that?
I don't know. I think that a lot of times buybacks are just a veiled way of increasing the value of their stock. So they're probably fully aware of what's happening here. But
right.
I don't know. They're probably waiting for it to go down because they see a head and shoulders pattern, and they're going to wait for it until it gets cheaper.
Oh my God.
It's so smart. Yeah. So guys, let us know in chat, what you think about this head and shoulders pattern here on eBay. I agree that eBay I think it still has plenty of gas in the tank, renewed gas in the tank.
Yeah, but I think, like you said at the beginning, NASDAQ everyone's rotating out of there. I just hate that it's lumped in with those overvalued NASDAQ stocks. Like it's being sold off when it wasn't even pumped up.
Yeah.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
Yeah, none of it's fair. I mean, we just got to focus on what's actually happening. So what's happening in 2021 is oil, commodities in general, financial services. Look at this. This is I'm going to screen cap this and mint it as an NFT, guys.
Yeah.
And then I'm 100% serious. I'm going to sell this for like 2 Ethereum coins.
and then another stock I was looking at is similar to your NMM play. It's UNP.
UMP?
Yeah, it's I think the transportation, like you were talking about, is going to pick up.
Wait, so is it UMPQ?
It's Union Pacific.
Okay, let me type it out because that one didn't show up. So Union Pacific. Oh, that's weird. When I typed UMP, it didn't want to show up. All right, so we'll switch back to the daily. So actually, let me go back to eBay. So the question is, here, I'll put this up. So no, that's fine. The question in chat is, are you saying it has bottomed now? We're not sure, but it looks like it is holding. Oh my God.
I'm having a seizure here.
So you can clearly see from the chart No, I'm just kidding. Let me see if I can somehow resolve this.
As you can see, aliens are going to attack the chart.
Yeah, it would seem they already have. Good Lord. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it here because it's being really cantankerous. You can see that the height of the head to the neckline has not yet resolved, and it's actually breaking through the support. So with the head and shoulders, it's I'll just use the ruler tool. It's the height of the head plus the neckline, which the neckline is the previous important price levels at your shoulders. So I'm bringing my ruler tool with my halfway line right at that neckline. So it looks like to me that the resolution of this head and shoulders would get to this previous support level.
Which is that highlighted as 46.43?
Yeah, I'm gonna draw a line here. Ah, shit, wrong fucking tool. Let me delete this really quick. We'll get the exact number. It looks like it's going to go to previous support that could be around 49.80. Or if you're being conservative, or not conservative, but a little bit more faithful, and say it's at the meat. So we had where this gap started, this gap up, plus where the body of these candles here during this period of consolidation are. Guys, I'm really sorry about the craziness on the chart. I would expect eBay to hit around 46.43. So I would say cash or short position.
I'm liking that too. And also, if you look at the same kind of time frame of the NASDAQ, eBay kind of aligns with that too. And I have a theory that the NASDAQ is going to bottom out around a similar.
Yep. 100. So we've got the same thing going here. We'll go ahead and draw our line something like this. It might be more like that, yeah.
Because you see, yeah, the shoulder or the head. I don't know what you call that right before.
Yeah, we got head, shoulder, head. This is like the thing that no one wants to talk about, is that there's like a very, very clear head and shoulders pattern on our tech ETF.
And it makes so much sense because the treasury bond, the yield is going up, and that's the complete inverse of what's going on now. Like the higher the treasury yield's going up, the lower this QQQ is going.
True. Yep. So I mean, a resolution of this would bring us back down to. Yeah. So, I mean, look at these price levels are lining right up. So it's just about where we hit resistance back in September, right, just about where we hit resistance back in October, just about where we hit resistance back in November, and then also support in December. So that's about the full resolution of this reversal that we have here. So this is where you can take a short position. You can use this as a price target, but it's also just looking at how trends work. This is a trend reversal. We had an upward trend. We had a reversal period, and then you should be entering a downward trend. How long that lasts, who's to say? This is where you start to look at previous support levels.
Yes, I completely agree. So, but we don't know how long it's going to take, right? Or is it? You think it's going to match exactly the reversal of how it got there?
Charting technical analysis school tells me that it will be symmetrical based on the head and shoulders pattern. So I don't know how long it would take, but I think we'll at least drop to 296.
Okay, I'm writing this
down. Yeah, I think easily. I mean, just look at how aggressive these candles are, and then so going into this too, this is a bearish engulfing candle. Yeah, we got a little green guy, and then we got a big red beast that says, no, we want to sell.
That was on Monday. Monday, there was some hope there, but I think that was just the right shoulder, and it didn't reach resistance. Like, same thing with the eBay, and everyone's dumping out.
But what we can look at, so let's look at the financials really quick. Good, right? This is XLF. This is the, actually, yeah. So this is financial services. Banks and stuff like that coming up, looking good. We've got previous resistance that we've broken through. This is a long ass dip, and we have like this very aggressive growth. We've been sleeping on this. So the rotation has been happening. This would coincide. I mean, if I overlay, let me overlay QQQ. So this is going to be a percentage thing. Damn, I don't want percentages. I would just want. I wish this would let me. Actually, you know what? I know how to do it. I know how to do it, guys. What I do is this, and then I do this. I do this, and then this one, I do. And it's got all my stupid drawings on it. So we want 21. So we've got like basically our head and shoulders starting around Jan 11. 21. Maybe it's not lining up quite the way I thought it would. Forget that ever happened. But at any rate, financials. What is the? So let me do Vanguard. Or no, let's do the Spider Energy ETF. If anyone knows it, just drop it in chat. That'd be great.
You could type in
XLE.
Got it. Thank you. Shout out to Aaron Bree. Look at this. We need a sound. All right. So some kind of like a boing. So check this out. I mean, this. I don't know if you've seen the show much, but like we're big. We're bottom fans. We're bottom fans.
You gotta be.
So what we want to do is take a look at the reversal potential that we've got here. This is energy. This chart looks a lot like Oxy. This chart looks a lot like XOM. And the other oil stocks that we've been looking at. Why? Because they're have like I think XOM is the highest, is the largest holding in this ETF. So what I've done with my ETFs is I've rotated out of growth and gotten into heavy XLE, XLF. And that's new for me. I didn't pay attention to these previously. So if we look at our rounding bottom or our double bottom, got important level here, which I might need to adjust just based on what happened previously. This is kind of what we want. And let's look at our potential. Well, first, let's do the thing we always do with double bottoms. All right, guys? Let's draw a rectangle for where the action is happening. All right, so I'm going to use these two highs, not this little peak thing. I'm not going to let that thing play games with me. Oh my God, the rectangle tool is so scuffed. Oh, it works after you click it at the end. Okay.
Wow, that looked like a 2000s corporate logo.
True. Okay, and you can kind of see it. All right. We're doing our best here, guys. Okay, got it. So I hit the bottom here. And again, this is one of those double bottoms where the first low is lower than the second. So what we'll do is draw a ray here. Just for some sloping support levels. That might come into play later if something happens. But then we're looking for the depth of the base up to the neckline for our price target on XLE. This is short term, just based purely on the pattern. And we're looking to establish a trend after that. So after that, it's hopefully the trend is our friend and it will continue to go up. So we're adding that to the top of where the neckline is. And you can see that the meat here, this is why we do the meat. So we got this one candle. It's a nice hammer candle. If you guys can see it, peaking above, just playing games. But the meat here lines up with the actual resistance levels. So that's why we do that. It tends to be pretty consistent. So we're adding the base from the low point on the left side of the left cheek here on the double bottom, and then we're adding that to our resistance level, and then we're making that our price target. And then we're going to use our ruler tool to see what a gain that would be from the current price level. About 36.3, 37 perhaps percent to be one here over the short term. And everything is in favor of it. There's kind of two scenarios that are in play in the market right now. Either we're just having a wholesale move out of growth and into value, which strongly includes this energy. or energy is just going to be like this is the swan song of this bullish market that we've been in, and it's also going to reverse. But right now, this is a strong, this is a full year formation. A nice, long, big old double bottom formation. That's a strong reversal. Because as you guys know, the longer the period of time that the pattern forms over, the bigger the swing up, and more likely the swing up. So I'm looking at LXE like a rat snack. So guys, if you guys can make sure you guys just remember 800 likes and I'm going to wear a rat suit. And I think Andrew, you want to get in on this? You want to come in? If we get to 800 likes on this video, will you allow the viewers to go on Amazon.com and pick out a rat costume? Will you wear it with me and talk seriously about stocks?
I have no shame, so yes.
I had a feeling you'd say yes. All right, guys, 800 likes. You got two grown men cosplaying as dirty, filthy rats looking for big, juicy bottoms to gobble up in the market. All right, so this is a rat snack, guys. XLE, we love it. I'm glad this was a great conversation, Andrew. I think you led us to the land of milk and honey, as a rat like me likes to say.
My favorite saying in the market is like the chart is the track and the news is the engine, right? Or something. You ever heard that? So
nope, but I like it.
There's going to be some headwinds and tailwinds about the oil. I think when the supply runs really low, when things open all of a sudden, this thing is going to skyrocket. But then I would get out. I would get out right where you have your point.
Same,
because I think the headwinds are going to be Biden's green plans and all that stuff. So, and output increasing because the price is going up. So I would get out right where you say it's gonna hit. You know what I mean?
Yep, I know exactly what you mean. I'm with it. And then you just watch it for a trend.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
All right, Andrew, you've been great, man.
Thanks so much, man. It was a blast. I'm looking forward to that rat costume.
I'm not sure if I am, but I'm looking forward to 800 likes on the video. Let me put it that way. But all right, guys, that's how do you say your last name, Andrew?
Chavone.
All right, so guys, Andrew Chavone. How can folks find more from you, Andrew?
So I have a podcast, Panic Attacking. It's on YouTube. I don't know if the producer can drop the link in there.
Better.
Or I can send it to him. But so I just started. We've been on the audio for a long time, and we just started getting a video like what you're doing. So I need 50 subscribers to get some kind of thing where I can change the name.
Let's get them there. Let's get them there. Get Andrew to 50 subscribers, guys. Let's fucking do it. I believe in this. I believe in this group. Rat Army, assemble.
Wait, I had the link last night. I dropped your Twitter in the chat. I'm trying to find the YouTube channel right now.
I put it in the private chat.
Beautiful. It's
all right, Andrew. I got to do the close the show thing. Thanks for being on.
Thanks for having me. It was a blast.
I just put Andrew's YouTube in there. We need to get him to 50 subscribers so he can change the URL. This is very important. We're a family here. We got to do it. Rat Army.
Rat Army. Chomp chomp.
See you, Aaron. See you, man. All right, guys. That was this Thursday's episode of Get Technical. Hopefully these lessons are valuable outside of just the daily thing. Thanks for tuning in. Andrew Chavone seems like a nice guy. I had a really fun conversation with him. Give me a one in chat if you'd like to see him on the show again. Take a serious look at XLE if you're feeling the burn. This is a nice sector. Look at the stocks that are held in XLE. Lots of plays there. Since the inception of the show, we've been talking actually. Oddly enough, they just came up in my screener. I had no idea about sector rotation and all that kind of stuff. Oxy and XOM. I would have never thought ExxonMobil was making some big old rat snack moves. But here we are today, and that's what everyone's talking about. So, yeah, once again, thanks for watching the show. 800 likes. I dress up like an idiot. I think that's pretty much it. Next up, we should have our Benzinga Pro gallery. Are we doing Benzinga Pro today, Aaron?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, we have a Benzinga Pro tips starting right now.
Okay, so Benzinga Pro tips. Make sure you guys check it out. Benzinga Pro is the tool that I use to find Oxy, and which is Occidental Petroleum and XOM. based on some parameters, which I'm happy to share. I actually worked with Ryan, who's going to be hosting the thing that you should be clicking over to now, to build the screener for it. And yeah, boy, has it paid off. At any rate, I'm Neil Hamilton. Follow me at Neil's Tweets for the picks. I'll pin them at the top of my Twitter profile, so you can follow along on our little trading journey. And happy trading. Guys, go over to the next video. Click the link in chat. Okay. Hey, guys, what are you still doing here? Go to the... Okay. Go to the next video, guys. Go. Come on. Go show the Benzinga Pro thing. Get over there. All right. All right. Well, I'm gonna end it. Was listening to the music. Okay. Okay. All right. See you guys tomorrow.